Today, more than ever, one asks, what is wrong with this world? It seems that we have been surprised by the critical state of our world, like nobody could ever know or imagine that mankind would be undergoing anything so painful as the outbreak of COVID-19, but it's not exactly like that. Since the early 80s, God has been giving us messages where He is openly describing the situation humankind is finding itself in, and where He is also offering a solution. These messages that God Himself called True Life in God are given to us through Vasula Riden, who got called in 1985 to write down messages of conversion, reconciliation, love and unity, and pass these on to His church and the whole world. Many prophecies uttered these messages have been fulfilled, and some are still to be fulfilled. Vasula Riden continues to receive these messages up to this very day. The Church has examined these messages and has given the approval by issuing a nihil obstat and imprimatur. All the messages can be read at www.tlig.org, and I would like to bring to your attention the article Prophecies being realized for these end of times that Vasula dedicated especially to the current topic of COVID-19. In this article, Vasula is explaining how God is mentioning the COVID-19 pandemic in His messages and is putting the whole event into a broader perspective in relation to our times. There are many messages that prophesy our situation right now with the phenomena of COVID-19. But as there are many, let me share some excerpts with a date showing that in several years Christ was giving us warnings. March 23, 1988. Lord says, "All creation, Satan is preparing a large holocaust upon you. Oh, how I cry from my cross. Creation, return to me. Do not let him ensnare you by denying me." COVID-19 is becoming a holocaust, spreading like mist around this planet, killing masses of people. May 4, 1988. Creation, return to me when still the spring breeze is blowing and there is still time for your conversion. Ah, Vasula, the time is almost over. What is to come is very near you. Vasula describes her vision. While Jesus was saying these words, I saw in an interior vision a hot, deadly, poison, strong wind blowing on us. Everything it touched was left dead. In the vision I saw people trying to breathe and inhale that wind, but instead of being relieved, they were lit from within. We know that COVID-19 attacks the lungs. February 13, 2016. Christ says, "Then know that the world and all who live in it will hear the voice of justice. Evil will bring death to many nations. Ruin will creep up in every city. Have you heard that the angel of Yahweh will encircle cities and nations, calling everyone to repent? These are the things that will take place in the days to come." April 10, 2019, Christ says, "Days of ordeal lie ahead of you. A fire unlit by men will devour nations and consume what men constructed." Christ was speaking of a fire that will come on us, but that this fire is not a physical fire lit by man, but something else that will be consuming people. Here it is evident that it will affect not only many nations but also the economy, which obviously it does, using this term, and consume what man constructed. I absolutely agree with Vasula's words in the end of her reflection. Maybe what matters most is not a vaccine, but just maybe God is permitting this isolation to detach us from the distractions of the world and be open to allow Him to discover a personal interior renewal by focusing on the one thing in the world that really matters: Jesus.